What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We're aiming for 20k subscribers and get a deal in the description if you haven't already. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and that's probably because you haven't hit the bell. Thank you again for all your support. We're so proud of the amazing community that we've built. So we're just taking a look at Solana here, which is just, this chart is just absolutely wild, isn't it? It's gone absolutely insane. I mean, this is basically a parabolic move, isn't it? Just the demand for Solana right now is obviously crazily high. Their ecosystem is absolutely exploding right now with NFTs, etc. Everyone's saying that this is potentially an Ethereum killer. And, you know, its market cap is getting up there now. I mean, it's about to pass Cardano, I think, in terms of market cap. So it really does show the extent of how powerful this platform is actually becoming. And you can see it's just absolutely exploded ever since it got past its all-time high here. Its previous all-time high of around, what was that, $58. It's currently up at around $205, so a 4x essentially of the all-time high. Pretty much is, you know, that is just absolutely crazy gains. We're getting towards it, aren't we? So, you know, pretty clear that, you know, things have been going extremely well for Solana. This is obviously a chart that is looking pretty damn parabolic. And basically, we can just take a little look at what's been going on. We actually did do a price analysis of Solana fairly recently. And we thought we'd do it again because it's just been going absolutely crazy, hasn't it? And you can see we're drawing a little macro trend line here, which has been, you know, holding very nicely. So basically what happened for Solana is, you know, we got the May crash here. We come down, we make our low and our high. We form a little range looking something like this. But Solana's been showing a lot of strength, isn't it? Because it made a higher low, and a higher low the whole time of the market going down, by the way. Basically going, you know, forming some kind of pennant like this, I think essentially what was going on. You can see, obviously, we actually reclaimed our moving averages a few times here for Solana. So clearly it was showing a lot more strength than most things in the market. And then once we reclaimed them for good here, we flipped them both bullish. We obviously come back to the top of our range, and once we broke the range, we absolutely exploded. We broke our all-time high in the space of a few days once we broke this little range here. We back tested it as support on the next day, super bullish. We come up again, we form a little bit of a bull flag, something like this, with a technical target that was nowhere near as high as this, but it's still pretty, you know, pretty tasty. With a technical target of, you know, coming up to this next level at around $111. And since then, we've just been going basically on a parabolic move here. So we would always advise caution when, you know, something is this crazily overbought, because you can see quite clearly that, you know, we're absolutely in the stratosphere in terms of overbought here, and the momentum is just getting crazier and crazier. And we know that the fundamentals for Solana are absolutely insane, and we do believe that, you know, with the adoption curve that it's getting, it's doing really well, along with a lot of other smart contract platforms, by the way. We do think Elrond and Near, for example, are both basically getting a nice little pump as well, because of all the other alternate smart contract platforms getting a nice little bump up. But we would strongly advise, not financial advice of course, that it would be, you know, a pretty foolish idea to be buying at these levels, considering, you know, how much this is overextended already. Basically, this is looking to reverse at any moment, really, isn't it? Considering how overextended that it actually is. Obviously, you could buy this and it could keep going up, but realistically, you know, more likely than not, this is probably going to reverse and have a decent correction fairly soon, because this is a crazy move. And, you know, it's very likely, considering how overextended it is, that it's probably going to see a bit of a retracement fairly soon. So that's just our 2 cents on what's been going on. But you can see, obviously, a massive amount of strength. It's basically not even retested the EMAs at all. Not retested support at all since it was pumping. So obviously a little bit of a concern, because it's not really made that much support if it does start to roll over. We do have a decent little bit of structure in this area here, which we could fall back on if there was a monumental collapse of the price action. But obviously this would be a huge drop if things did start to roll over. But, you know, considering how bullish this is, you would expect the 20 moving average and the 55 to be held as support. So if we just take a look at some short-term price predictions then, now that we've took a look at how crazy this chart is, this is just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, congratulations to anyone who bought Solana for $1 in December. You would have made a 204x on your money in the space of, what is that, 9 months? So congratulations to you. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, if you put $1,000 in, then you would have made 200k, just saying. So absolutely ridiculous price action. A really top quality project, clearly. And you can see, you know, short-term price predictions then. If we do roll over, we are strongly expecting, you know, the 20 moving average to hold as support on this strong uptrend at around $135 here. in a confluence with a decent little bit of structure here. And we've also got the 55 if we roll over even more, coming in at around, you know, 100, 105, maybe $110 if we did get down there. So those would be our short-term price predictions to the downside if we do see a bit of a collapse of the price, which, you know, is possible considering what we're looking at. And, you know, if we do keep pumping up here, we've got, you know, we're realistically just looking at, we're just looking basically at, you know, psychological levels at this point, aren't we? And we do think, you know, 210, 220, $250, $300. These are kinds of technical, these are kind of psychological levels of targets, aren't they? So if we just take a look at our fib retracement for the remainder of the bull run here, we can actually get an idea of where we're at in confluence with that. And you can see here, these fib levels have actually been respected really nicely, and you can see coming upwards of around that $250 level, we do have the 227 extension of our fib as well for this recent move in the market for Solana. So we would say that would be, you know, a realistic price target for our next little move to the upside. And I mean, it's quite clear that we're probably going to go higher than this by the end of the bull run, right? So realistically, you know, we're looking at psychological numbers at that point, maybe $500. Considering the market cap is pretty huge now, maybe $500 would be a reasonable target, maybe around a 2x from that fib extension. We're basically just spitballing on this because it's been pumping so much already, but we do think those kinds of price targets are possible. So that's it, guys. We'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with the 4 videos that we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.